So, Wrexham to the Championship, hey? Might be on. Let's have a look what that means. Coming up.
Oh yeah, nah, this is Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. She'll be right, mate.
Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. This is Rousey's Quickies. We are talking all about Wrexham to the Championship. One of the most incredible stories in English football today. And we look like we might just pull it off. Can we do it? Let us know down below what you think. But today I figured we would actually look at what this means and what this holds for Wrexham moving forward. So let's break it down.
Connor dinks down line, nice now, McLean's got space. Only Palmer in the box though. He swings it in towards Palmer, just beyond it. Barnett with a volley! Oh, what a goal!
So as we speak, Wrexham are sitting pretty in second spot, 1 point ahead of Wycombe Wanderers. However, it is not a given. It would have been nice had we had won on the weekend, because then we could have kept our 3-point gap. But hey, that's another story. But as it stands currently, Wrexham are in second spot. Can they hold on? So this week, all we can say moving forward, and we look at the run ahead. So Wrexham's home form has been their superpower this season. They've racked up 11 wins, 35 points in 13 home games at the Racecourse, making it the best home record in the entire EFL. And obviously we've got our veterans like Stephen Fletcher and James McLean delivering the experience for the club when it's most needed. And let's face it, without Stephen Fletcher, good old Scottish Viking Jesus, it just would not be in the position we are in now. Now, according to data models, we're currently like an 82% chance of going up to the Championship. But I think you can guarantee right now that Wrexham have a playoff spot. We would like that to be second, wouldn't we? Really would. But it's not to be just yet. It's going to come down to the wire. So batten up your jocks. Put your nuts in your hand. Get ready, because we are absolutely got to get behind our boys. And it's going to be a nail-biting finish to the season. So let's see what that brings. And I think of that, the weekend's results were pretty poor. That was the poorest game I've seen us play in a long time, if I'm to be fair. But I think Phil Parkinson deserves a lot of credit for what he's been able to do to this squad. The challenge, though, coming from the likes of Stockport and Charlton and Wycombe. Wycombe just seem to be grabbing those 1-0 wins all the time. But let's hope that over Easter, long weekend, they've got a lot of tough fixtures coming up, that they'll drop points and we can keep on winning. So Wrexham likely need 90 points plus to gain promotion. I still think they can definitely make it. I think another 2 wins would do. And it would be good to see us get over the line with Charlton at home. Everyone's dreaming big. Everyone's holding on but doesn't want to say it. But I'm going to say it because your boy Rousey here picked Wrexham finishing second, and I still think that they can definitely put it away.
Disputó ese partido. A ver en esta, acá viene el centro para Oliver.
So 2 promotions in 2 years is an extraordinary feat. But what they're trying to do right now, and let's make no mistake about it, is that they are trying to do something that no other team in the top 5 tiers of the English Football League has ever done. No one has ever gone back to back to back 3 times. And we're looking at doing it. And it's amazing. So get behind the boys. Let's get cheering for them in this last little bit of the season, and 4 games to go. Let's bring it on for the boys to get over the line. But what does that mean for us?
Things across to the left-hand side. Brunt in space. Helps it quickly down the line. McLean level the edge of the area. Tries to put it into the near post. It's dealt with by McDonald. Only out as far as Rathbone, 25 yards.
Okay, let's say Wrexham does do it. They get promoted to the Championship for the first time since 1982. But that is a long time ago, and that was when it was referred to as the second division. A lot different, smaller division back then, and a very different time. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother podcast, which we might get to. Let us know down below if you want that. What can we expect from English football second tier? Well, spoiler alert, it's going to be completely different beast compared to League One. So here's where it goes off. First off, the financial gap. So in League One, Wrexham's wage bill will be competitive somewhat, likely around about 10 to 15 million in the Championship. The average in the Championship is closer to 20 to 30 million dollars just in wages alone, not including exorbitant transfer fees. But you also get relegated Premier League sides like Burnley or Sheffield United, who look to be, United look to be going up. But they'll be spending way more thanks to the parachute payments you get coming out of the Premier League. But hey, with Wrexham's Hollywood backing and the backing of the Allen family and God knows what other plans they have, they need to at least probably, I'd say, double their spending to be able to keep up in the Championship. And I reckon they will. They know what needs to be done. Parky knows what needs to be done. We're not going to be keeping the same team. There will be some wholesale changes and strengthening up. So we just got to enjoy the ride and hope we get there this season, because this is the best chance we're going to have, I think, in a fair while. The quality of opposition is another hurdle. So obviously the Championship is packed with massive teams, like amazing teams. So like you got teams like Leeds, West Brom, Sunderland, all massive squads, deep pockets. And with Wrexham's current roster built for League One, I think it would definitely need some upgrades, maybe through the middle, maybe through some defensive midfielders that are going to be able to help handle the step up. We do have a wealth of talent as it is, but I think it's fair to say, and everyone can agree, that we would need to make some changes. So I would be thinking about loanees, international stars, Premier League, especially from Premier League club loanees. That would probably do us pretty good. Whether Parky wants to play with the loan field, I do not know. It might be good for our first season in the Championship to do that, but hey, we will have to wait and see on that. I know a few people that might be hanging their hats on promoting some people to the club. I'm looking at you, Aaron. Who are you promoting for next season, mate? Will it be, I'm guessing, Millwall? You'll be promoting for Millwall. Let's get that. All right. So then there's the schedule. The Championship is a 46-game grind, just like League One, but the intensity of play is relentless. You got big, massive away days at places like Allen Road, crowds of like 30,000+ people, creating a cauldron. So we're going to have that to deal with. Wrexham's Racecourse ground at the moment currently holds 13,300, which is considerably less. And obviously when they take the temp stand out to build the cop, we're going to have that issue as well to contend with, taking the Racecourse ground back down to about 10,000. So we will need everyone cheering our hearts out. I'd like to think our good home record will continue on through next season, and then hopefully that can hold us in good stead. And I think will do us good in helping us stay in the Championship and establish ourselves as a Championship team, at least for the next 2 years. But here's the good news. It's not impossible. Ipswich Town's done it. They went from League One to Premier League back to back. They had smart recruitment and a clear identity, which is exactly what Wrexham have. Wrexham's boosted by the Welcome to Wrexham documentary. They've got plenty of commercial revenue streams coming into the club, and probably more so than most bottom-end Championship clubs can actually dream with. So, hey, we've got the makeup there. We've got the base there. Are we moving too quickly? Do we want to stay in the Championship for a couple of years? Let me know down below. Let's start the conversation. The other question, what do we have to succeed and thrive? Not just succeed, but thrive in the Championship. So number one will be Wrexham's core. So all your players like Mullen, Elliot Lee, Okonkwo, who's pretty good. Our current team, as it stands, will probably need another 3 to 4 championship level signings or higher. I would be looking in the premiership loans if possible. But a creative midfielder, I reckon, maybe a pacey. Oh, we got a pacey winger, but like a more of a forward thinking midfielder. Free agents and loan deals from Premier League clubs will be worth taking advantage of. I know Premier League clubs do tend to want to loan more to their championship sides. So let's see how we go with that. And, that could be a smart thing to take advantage of depending on what our goal will be next season. I do think here, and even though I predicted that Wrexham would finish second, I do think that we need to spend now at least a season or two in the championship and consolidate. So investment in infrastructure is going to be important, which obviously we're doing. We've managed to finally get the COP approved, and that's going to be going ahead. I don't believe they're already pulling down the temporary stand to make way for works to be done. So plans are in motion to boost our match day revenue. We just need the training ground because every single team in the championship has training grounds, and I think it will be important for Wrexham to actually get that secured and underway. Something we don't need to change is Parky's good old pragmatism, his no-nonsense style, organised defence, quick transitions, set-piece threats. This suits the chaos of the championship, and it will... But I think he'll need to adapt to teams that like to dominate outside of possession and also like to hog the ball. There's two types of teams that generally will do that. Something that Wrexham hasn't faced much of in League One. You can make a lot more mistakes in League One than you can in the Championship, but best believe if you're in the Championship and you make a mistake, you're going to get punished for it. So we need to be very, very tight, very organised, very crisp. It's going to be a huge change. So expect more losses to come. Expect it to be a lot harder because that's just the Championship. One of the 7th toughest leagues in English or in European football, in world football. And we're going to be there. And I truly believe we are going to be there. So finally, let's just keep the belief. We're defying all odds as it is. The fans, the owners, the players, they're all on board. We all share the vision. If they can create that energy while making smart, sustainable decisions, I think mid-table safety is realistic in year one with an eye for playoffs down the line. Historically, newly promoted teams need to aim for around about 50 to 60 points to avoid relegation. Wrexham's current expected goal stats suggest that maybe they overperform in attack but need to tighten up defensively. So with the right tweaks, maybe a 12th to 15th finish in their first championship season is within reach. So look, there you have it. This is the stuff of dreams. This is going to be tight. This is going to be hairy. This is going to be insane. You're going to get grey hairs. You're going to go bald. I already am. The championship won't be easy, but you cannot take away from their momentum, then the fan base and the story behind Wrexham. I wouldn't be betting against them, let's put it that way. Let me know in the comments, do you think Wrexham will go up and how far do you think they can go in the championship? Hit that like button, subscribe for more football content from your boy Rousey, and we will see you on the next show. So just a quick shout out before we go to Rousey's Rowdy Army. Our executive producers, I love you. You're helping me get to Wrexham in November, and let's hope that we can go and see them in the championship. So executive producers, Mad Al, Not PC, Bryant, Welsh Techie, Sarah, and Anthony. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You're my top tier. And if you want to get in on that, be sure to visit the Patreon links down below, as well as a thank you to Ben, Vicente, Ryan, Neb, Mark, Deandra, Anthony R, John, Chris, Jake the Wrexham Texan, Will, Aaron, and my good friend Josh from the local pundit, which you guys were awesome and actually went over there and got them over the line of 2K subs. Guys, I love you. This is your boy Rousey. This is Rousey's Quickies. I will see you next week on Rousey's Wrexham Roundup for a guest. Let's see who we can get. See you next week.